Sometimes I think we got to ask ourselves that question: do we want to stay on the shallow side of life or move to the deep end of life, in which God becomes our only lifeguard?
Willing to be yourself in the sight of people, no matter what people think. I think that's what it's all about. Welcome back to another video, all of my great YouTube people that check me out. Today I want to bring us back some business content because we like to switch from spiritual to business. So today I want to talk about the trucking system, or the trucking systems that's meant for you to fail. I want us to think about the systems in trucking that when we pay attention to them, they are meant for us to either fail or to succeed. But let me ask you something. At another man's failure is another man's success. So today I want to talk about the trucking systems that's meant for us to fail. We're going to jump straight into today's video. Y'all stay tuned, and we're going to jump straight. So the first thing that I want us to actually take a look at is the lease purchase program. See, the lease purchase program is something that's very interesting because the first thing that catches everybody's eyes when this trucking system or this thing that people thought was more beneficiary came was the no money down aspect. Now we understand that there's nothing free in life. So the first thing when you think of no money down, you instantly think, okay, well, I can make a lot of money without having to put no money down. But that no money down comes at a various cost. What does that no money down come at a various cost? It comes at a cost because you end up paying 3 to 4 times for that equipment, you know, for whatever you are renting or whatever you are leasing, more than the actual value of that. Because every single time you pull something off the lot, it's a depreciating asset. So the moment that we go and we get these trucks and we put no money down, they're already marking up to get 3 times that truck off of us because they're looking at it like we didn't put any money down for that because we couldn't afford it. And typically when you can't afford things, people take advantage of that. The second thing let's talk about is the weekly pay aspect. The weekly pay aspect is so key because let's think about if you worked 16 weeks straight and you want to take a vacation for the next 2 weeks. That 2 weeks can put you behind. You don't know why? Because the system is meant for you to continuously pay the person who gave you that truck. Is continuously meant for you to never stop making payments week after week so that you don't have the time to take a vacation. You don't have the money to take a vacation. And the funny thing is you can say you can put up money, but let's think about trucking. Let's be real about trucking. One expense, one mechanical expense can take you out of business for a whole month. So every week when you on a weekly pay scale, you gotta work every week, which gives you no time to enjoy your life, no time to enjoy the money that you're making. All you doing is becoming a slave to the truck because the no money down and the weekly pay are two things that's a system meant for you to fail. It's meant for you to not succeed and go out there and have the freedom that trucking can bring if you do right by your money, or if you do it the correct way. So they made a non-traditional way of people entering inside the industry so that you can think that this is meant for you to succeed, but the whole time it's not meant for you to succeed. The last point I want to talk about with the lease purchase is how you only get 60 to 80% of the money that you bring in, the money that you worked hard for, but all expenses are on you. So basically the truck isn't yours, but you pay for all expenses like the truck is yours. And then because you pay for all expenses like the truck is yours, guess what? You only get 60 to 80%. Isn't that system backwards? That's crazy to me that you don't get 100%, but you pay for 100% of all expenses. And also, you gotta pay for every single thing that goes wrong on it, but somebody still takes 20 to 30% from you as if, you know, they're paying for all the expenses on the truck. The lease purchase program, for all of my people that haven't jumped into it, I've been a part of the lease purchase program. If you get a part of the correct lease purchase program that you know can be beneficial, maybe a walk away, it could be successful, but it's not meant for you to walk away with the truck and succeed in that. It's meant for you to pay the truck off for them, and then they keep rinsing and recycling that equipment to somebody else. Because when we hear no money down, it shoots our eyes up because we know that, man, I can't afford it, but I want to make a lot of money. That's something that they have psychologically gotten as a trucking system that has been meant for us to fail and continuously pay that truck off, and we never walk away with that truck and do what we want to do with that truck. The second point it brings me to is the cent per mile paying scale. Isn't it funny that you don't get paid? Companies typically, when they get loads, they aren't getting paid cent per mile. They are getting paid by the percentage of the load. They're not getting paid cent per mile. So why do you get paid cent per mile when the company is getting paid by the load? So I want us to think about how the cent per mile scale allows us to stay directly at an equilibrium with the cost of living, with spending time with family, and leisure. It's very hard to have leisure when all the money that you make, typically you got to go to family bills, your rent, your car note, and things like that, just so that you can upflow living. And also, you can't have leisure when every single dollar that you're making typically is equal to what it costs for you to live or what it costs for you to take care of your family. This is the 10 per mile scale, and this is how they allocate these type of things, these type of systems, to allow us to continuously have to work harder and not smarter and not get ahead in life. In this 10 per mile scale, when you think about back in the day, older drivers, they used to make 10 cent, 12 cent, and they never was able to get ahead. That's why it took them 30 years to get one truck, because it took them so long to save every penny, not buy themselves nothing nice for all the hard work that they did, and they still wasn't able to get over the hump of having their own equipment, even though they knew how to work hard. That's a system that is meant for you to fail. And the last thing that I want to wrap up is the fuel prices, the food prices, the truck stop, and the accessories. All of these things, a cost of a tire is a whole week, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks worth of work. A cost of anything that's mechanical can literally take you out of business or take you off the road, which can push you back. So these are systems. These are different systems in trucking. We think about the fuel prices and how they rise. They rise. How much you getting paid for the load based on how much you got to pay for fuel. It's not a plus. You don't have profit. Now, all systems that's meant to fail is not meant to completely take you out of business. They're just meant to profit off of you more than you profit off of them. And that's what I want to talk about in trucking, because in 2020, we seen that a lot of people thought that the success rate of trucking was so easy, but the whole time behind the scenes, who was it more profitable for? The individuals that own the truck stops, the individuals that's paying people, the individuals that's leasing out trucks. Nobody is going to implement a system that doesn't work for them. So even if this isn't a failure and a big failure where you're out of trucking, if you aren't profitable, it's a failure. And that's what I wanted to bring y'all today, because the trucking system is meant for certain individuals to fail. It's meant for certain individuals to fail and certain individuals to succeed, and you got to choose what side you'd rather be on. So today, that's what I got for y'all, the 3 things that I want to talk about in the trucking system, because these systems aren't implemented coincidentally. So, y'all make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Find who you are, live in spirit, and find peace.
Our lives are meant to be legacies for somebody else, for generations to come, and we got to continue to walk after that and do things that are courageous.